'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
And we're going to help you next because we're going to talk about what it's like when you're actually out in a bar with your mates and you have to tell people that you don't drink. And sometimes it's even harder when you're in that situation where everyone around you is drinking.
Yeah, it's really hard because you need to be prepared, really, is what I was going to say. You need to have some one-liners ready for those people that find your drinking hard. Or not drinking hard.
But isn't that crazy? Can I just add in, isn't that mad? You know, say, for example, you go out and you're enjoying a cheese platter and there's all these different cheeses on there. And, for example, there's a brie and you say, oh, I don't want any of that brie.
I'll be like, what's wrong with you?
Yes, exactly. You're not questioned.
Get the brie down your neck.
Yes, you don't have to have a one-liner ready to explain yourself about the reason that you don't like brie cheese. But when it comes to alcohol, everybody wants a proper answer.
Yes.
And if you don't give them the right answer, they will go on at you and give you a little bit of a hard time. Yeah. So can you give us some one-liners? Because you're probably a bit better at them than I am, and I'm looking for advice.
Well, I think I used to say, as I said before, like, you know, I'm driving. I used to make excuses.
Yeah.
I used to say I'm driving or I'm on antibiotics. I've got an upset tummy. I was pregnant a lot for, 3 babies. So that was the perfect excuse. I mean, that was one of the reasons I gave up drinking in the first place, is because I'd enjoyed having that pregnancy excuse to say no. And that sort of opened my eyes into this little window of sobriety that I had for 9 months. And, that really is what made me look at sobriety, because I knew I was able to do it. So having excuses is good. But after a while, the more happy you become and the more used to going out you learn different ways of dealing with these people. And also you learn that the people that are questioning you are perhaps not the sort of people you want around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can have the quick one-liners, like my one that I have prepared nowadays is very different to the one I had when I was at your stage of drinking or giving up drinking, Lucy, because then I'd be like trying to make excuses and be like, oh yeah, I've given up drinking and and I'll just kind of ramble on and try and explain to somebody why. But now I have a very simple 2-word answer to those people.
What is it?
Fuck off.
Oh, you're a brave lady.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, don't question me. It's none of your business. Your drinking and my drinking or not drinking is nobody else's business. And I think that's something you learn in your sobriety, is that if somebody is questioning you, they probably have their own problem. I mean, people are intrigued sometimes, and that's nice. Like,
yes.
If they're asking you the right questions, like, oh, how long have you done this for and why? And they're being polite about it instead of going, go on, one won't hurt, or come on, get one down your neck. I mean, I used to, make people drink when, as we talked about, make people drink when they were ill. I was terrible. I was that terrible person. So now I have completely changed into the opposite, whereas I have, you've got to be prepared for those things. And I'm definitely prepared with that. What about you, Lucy? What do you say now?
Yeah, I'm still at the haven't quite ripped off the Band-Aid stage.
Yes.
Where I do make excuses. Look, I'm sort of wavering in between not leaving the house and making sure that I do go to the events that matter. Usually when I go along, people know that I don't drink. It's usually with friends who already know. So it doesn't come up. I rarely go out like I am this Saturday, where there's going to be people there who I don't know. And already I'm going over it too much in my head. Are they going to be drinkers? Are they not? I have no idea. So, of course, I'm overthinking it all. I think that my one-liner will simply be that I don't drink. If I get questioned on it, what I have done in the past is I've said, I'll put it another way, I'm sober. And when you say that to people, that's a bit loaded. That's like, if you say I'm sober, it means you've got a bit of a problem. And they tend to shut up,
Yeah.
I find.
Yeah.
But also I have said things, you know, I said, I when I drink, I behave like a slut.
Yeah.
And that shuts people up. It's the honest truth. And I don't want to do it.
I think it's good coming with an answer to them is something that they can't answer back to.
Exactly right.
So I used to
yes.
say, I remember saying at one point that drinking makes me mentally ill, which it did. It made me caused me to have huge anxiety. It made me depressed. And actually, if you say, you know, they usually look at you. I used to make like a crazy face when I said it, so I looked actually insane.
Go on, do the face.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's just my normal face. Yeah, so they would probably run off in the other direction, think they're dealing with a psychopath or something.
That's one way to get them
that
not
is a
to
good
ask
way to do it.
anymore.
Yeah.